and guests, I now invite Bettina Gardasz and Tristan to give a vote of thanks jointly on behalf of the graduates.
Hello all, I hope you're enjoying your time at today's ceremony. I feel privileged to be giving this speech alongside my extremely hard-working colleague Bettina. We felt it appropriate that two individuals of very different backgrounds and very different characteristics provide the speech for the ceremony, as Kingston is such a culturally diverse university. Kingston has provided myself and many students with a very unique university experience. From the very first day, I was astounded by the amount of different nationalities that I shared a room with. Credit must be given to a university that can bring people from so many cultures, religions and nationalities together in one room. And just that, aside from my studies, could have completed my university experience. However, university is predominantly about studying and learning, so the uniqueness and individuality did not stop there. Kingston University prides itself on entrepreneurialism, and so it should. From the outset, myself and my fellow students have been provided with so many opportunities to put our ideas, no matter how simple or broad, into fruition and effectively start our own businesses. Bettina herself was one of the many winners of the Bright Ideas competition, a platform for all students to pitch their ideas to evaluators and potential future investors. Bettina is now the managing director of her own business, and as a result of this, and I myself successfully set up my own events brand in the past 2 years. It's safe to say that staff at Kingston University care so much for the future of their students and are endlessly enthusiastic about whatever route they choose to take. And for this, I would like to thank all staff, not only lecturers and academics, but also admin staff who makes events such as Bright Ideas happen. It's also safe to say that staff not only push students out of their comfort zones, but also make students want to push themselves. Such can certainly be said for this very moment. I'm certainly not a seasoned speech giver, and I would not have put myself forward to complete this speech 3 years ago. I can only thank staff, friends, family, and my girlfriend for instilling the confidence in me to do so. I would like to say good luck to all students in whatever each and every one of us goes on to do in the future. If I can provide any advice, despite my youth, it would be to do something you enjoy, something you care about, something you're passionate about, and something you know will keep you happy. Do not just take any old job. Take the time within reason to find what is right for you, and listen to your gut instinct. I've had a few interviews thus far and have been successful, but at the same time I knew they were not right for me, so I'd not go ahead with them. Before I hand over to Bettina, who I'm sure will touch all of your hearts with her words, I would like to mention something special that we need your help on. As part of this year's graduation, we would like to ask all students could donate just £3 towards the class gift, a lovely Made in Kingston mug. The idea of the class gift is for leaving students to provide new students with a helping hand and receive a small gift in return. It's all about leaving a legacy behind and ensuring that new students receive the same support or even more support than what we did. All money raised goes straight to the students of 2020. To donate, all you have to do is text GRAD2019 followed by your K number to 70111. Before I go and hand over to lovely Bettina, I would like to conclude my speech, or my half of the speech, with a short but savvy saying that my dad has always reminded me of, a phrase that has certainly boosted the success at my degree: effort equals reward. Please welcome Bettina.
Thank you, Tris. He's lovely, isn't he? Well, hello everyone. My name is Bettina Gardasz, and I literally cannot stop smiling because I still can't believe that I'm here. 3 years ago, I was dreaming of standing here and giving this speech, but it was kind of a nightmare because I have a huge fear of public speaking. But I promised my mother that I will make her proud, and I faced my biggest fear. So here I am. So as I was preparing, I was thinking what I want to talk about, all the people I want to say my appreciation. I probably had to rewrite my speech about 100 times because new stories came to my mind, and there is so much to say. And of course, I only have a few minutes. So I said to myself, why should I stick with a traditional, boring graduation speech and instead why can't I just talk about my biggest inspiration, my mother? Not until a few weeks ago when I realized how much influence my mother played in my life. 20 years ago when I was a teenager, I know, 20 years, shocking. Anyway, so 20 years ago when I was a teenager, I had a terrible relationship with my mother. We argued all the time. So when I was 20 years old, I left my country and I came to England. As I was in my journey to find my own self and become a woman I am today, my relationship with my mother completely changed. But it is not because she changed, her attitude or her behavior, but I changed. I have exchanged my selfish, rebellious attitude into love. And my love towards her changed her heart towards me. And she became my biggest fan. She truly believed in me more than I believed in myself. There is so much I have learned from her. Besides, she taught me how to cook and be independent. I am a great cook, by the way. Well, she was the strongest woman I will ever know. The type of person who could survive literally anything. Illnesses, divorce, even loneliness. But most importantly, she taught me how to love one another and that love can truly turn anything around. I didn't want to make my speech too personal. The reason why I shared my story with you, because I realized that if we want changes in our life, if we want success or happiness, we have to go out there and make those changes and fight for our dreams. So I would like to say to all the graduates, guests and academics, that no matter what life brings us, any challenges or struggles, whether it's personal or professional, we can win the battle if we believe in ourselves and if we look positively to the future. Take risks, challenge yourself, live life to the fullest, but most importantly, love one another. Life is short, and I regret not saying that enough to the people I value the most. Sadly, my mother passed away a few weeks ago. She really wanted to be here, so she cannot see that I kept my promise, standing here talking to you, still nervous and shaking, but I am still standing here, strong. I appreciate it. And I know there are many of us here, in fact, who are in similar situation. Therefore, I want to dedicate my vote of thanks to those who cannot be with us today due to different circumstances, family members or friends who are fighting illnesses, or those we already lost. And to my amazing sister-in-law who is fighting cancer as I speak, and to my awesome brother, who is a loving husband and such an inspiration to me. And to all of our loved ones, I know they are proud of us. In fact, while I leave this stage finally, I want to ask every one of you to turn to the person sitting next to you, family member, friend, or a complete stranger. Say something uplifting to them. Give them a handshake or a hug. In our busy life, let's show some appreciation. And I know that that's what my mother would have wanted. Thank you very much.